Hello, everybody, and welcome to Boys and Girls Clubs of Albany's virtual club family orientation. My name is Anna, and I'm Regional Director with Boys and Girls Clubs of Albany. In just a moment, we will also be joined by Jason Belk, our other Regional Director for the organization. We first want to thank you for joining us this evening. We know everybody is very busy, and it means a lot that you took time out of your schedule to join us and make sure that we're all on the same page as our clubs reopen and we serve youth through the clubs. So to walk you through this evening's format, of course, we're beginning with our welcome and introduction, and then we're going to take you through a day in the life at the club. So we'll walk you through the things to bring, our drop-off procedure, all the way through our pickup procedure. And then at the end, we will have an opportunity for everybody to ask questions. So you can either ask your questions through the Facebook comment section. If you're joining us via phone, you can ask us over the phone as well. Again, we do ask that you please hold your questions until the very end of our meeting this evening, and we will do our best to get to everybody. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get things started. First off, we have our Director of Teen Services, Don Travia Simmons, who will let you know the things to bring.
Hello, everybody. So, as you know, we will be having and conducting school just as our children are sitting at home or even in their class spaces. So, things to bring to the club. Number one, make sure that they have their device with them every day. Make sure that they have their laptop charger with them every day. Make sure that they have their hotspot device with them every day. And also make sure that they have a backpack with them, which will include their school supplies and also a bottle, a cup, or a container that they can use to store water in. So when those items, and then definitely when you send those items to our club sites, make sure that the child have their names on them so that we can keep up with those items and store them in the proper places. Also, another item to bring with you, make sure that our students that you send to the club have their login ID with them to access Google Classroom or other programs that their school may be using. So, again, just to recap, make sure that they have their device, make sure that they have their hotspot with them, make sure that they have their school supplies with them, and also make sure that they have a container, bottle to put water in every day. We want to make sure that our children have the necessary items that they need in order to make their school day a success. And then I'm going to pass it over to Mr. Jason Belk, our area director, for a drop-off procedure.
Hello, everybody. As we are playing musical chairs here in the office, I'd like to welcome you all in again for part 2 of our orientation today. And quickly, I'll just share with you all. I'll start the first part of the typical day at the Boys and Girls Club. And of course, the first thing you'll do, you have to bring them in every morning. And so upon arriving every day at the Boys and Girls Club, when you pull up in the parking lot, we'll have a cone out front for the car to stop. We'll have staff that will be outside with Boys and Girls Club gear on. They will be visible. You will be able to recognize exactly who they are and just follow their instructions for the most part. But when you come up in the parking lot, we would love for everybody to remain in the vehicle. No one exit the vehicle. The first thing that would take place is there will be a few questions around in health screening just to make sure everyone has been safe and been around, has not been around anybody that they feel like may have had the virus. Once that screening is completed, staff will do a thermometer check on the kid or kids that will be coming in. Now, we will not allow any kids with a temp over 100.4 degrees to enter the building for the day. We need to make sure everybody, is up under that. If you feel like your child is running a fever that day, please do not bring them. We want to make sure that everyone is safe at all times. Okay. After we get their temp taken, we'll take the kids out the car and we'll bring them into the building. They will get their hands gelled up. We'll have someone there to get them sanitized in. Once they get sanitized in and they get to their workstation, all of the kids will have a number, and that number is very important because it'll be your pickup number. Someone will talk about it a little bit more here in a second. But they will be sitting at a table with that number on it. Each kid will have a face mask. Each kid will have a face shield, and every kid will have a guard around them. Just to, make sure that they're safe on all sides. All of the Boys and Girls Club staff members will be wearing a mask at all times. And so we just want to make sure that you all know, you can send a mask with the kids. We're going to have extra masks, but we don't have enough, to go all school long. So if you would also send masks with your kid, it will be a great help to us. And I will come back in a little bit and talk a little bit more about behavior in a minute, and we'll take questions at the end. At this time, Ms. Watila is coming.
Good afternoon. I'm Ms. Watila, Director of Jefferson Street Boys and Girls Club. Today, I will be speaking with you all about the different roles during the virtual learning period, as far as the members as well as the staff. Okay, while doing the virtual learning, members will be expected to log on to their classes each period, as well as to set up be alert and to be focused in on what is going on during their class time. We also expect for them to have their supplies out and ready for whatever activity they're doing on the computer. We expect for the members to raise their hand when they have to use the restroom, just as they would do if they were in the club or in a regular classroom setting, as well as raise their hand if they're having any technical difficulties. As far as personal items, members are expected to leave all personal items at home, whether it be toys, cell phones, or any other personal items. The only items that are allowed in the club each day will be the items that Mr. Simmons mentioned earlier during his presentation. As far as the staff, our role is to supervise your children. Make sure that they are in their classes and doing their work. The teachers are they are the only instructors. We aren't teachers, so we will not be doing any one-on-one instructing or assisting the children at this time. We also will not be teaching, but we will ensure that your children are safe. They're keeping social distance. They're having on their masks, and they're doing everything they need to do to be successful during their virtual learning. Behavior issues, we have different policies that Mr. Jake will go over at this moment.
So again, briefly, with behavior, it's generally going to be pretty much similar to what we do at the Boys and Girls Club. I think the only difference that we really want to emphasize today is the fact that we got to keep the atmosphere where kids can learn. We got to keep it conducive to learning. We can't have a lot of horse playing and, making noise and those kind of things and distracting others, because there will be others in the room with your children or your child. So that's going to be one of the things that we really have to watch closely, and that's why we will be monitoring the areas so they will not be taking another child's focus off of what they're supposed to be doing. And I guess the only thing else I need to add is, if we run into a situation where we have someone that is continually being a distraction, obviously we're going to have to take some kind of stronger measures. So normally what we would do at the Boys and Girls Club, we'll talk to the kids first and see if we can work it out. But if that can't work out, then we're going to have to bring parents involved in it. And we got to have your support in assisting us with that. And at third step, if it continues to the third step, hopefully we will not have to look at, having anyone to stay home. But at all means, we must have all kids being able to learn and have an atmosphere where they can learn. So please talk to your young people about that on the way to the Boys and Girls Club every day. I think it just would be great if we just reinforce it daily with all of our kids. Again, thank you.
Hello, my name is Natasha Walker, and I'm the service director of Thornton Park. I'm here to talk about the feeding program. We will provide your kids with breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We also have a non-member feeding program where if you have kids that aren't enrolled in our program but still need us food, you are able to pick up food for them in the afternoon when you come pick up your kids. Children are going to be separated by their lunches because each school has a different lunchtime. So we will separate them by lunches and feed them by their breaks according to their school schedule. Oh, and we also need you guys to send your kids' school schedule so we can know how to place them together for their breaks and their lunches.
Good afternoon. My name is Tammy Gaines, and I'm the service director at the Willson Unit. And I think this is appropriate time to give our mission statement, which just says, we are here to enable our youth, especially those who need us the most, to reach their full potential as productive, caring, and responsible citizens. And through that, the kids will have a chance to go through our program, which is Triple Play. It helps the members develop healthier habits, good relationships with others, and daily physical activities. Our STEM program, it helps the kids in problem solving. Our leadership service program, the kids will explore their passion. They will develop their own personal brand. And our daily challenges, the members will have fun, safe activities that will produce outcomes for our youth and our program. And the next person will come up is Mr. Simmons, and he will give an overview of our Great Future Academy.
Hi, I'm not Mr. Simmons, but I'm obviously, but I will fill in and let y'all know a little bit about the Great Futures Academy. So we are blessed to be able to work with some of the nation's premier universities and colleges. We already have University of Alabama on board, University of Georgia, we have Duke, Harvard, and Yale, and these students will be helping to provide tutoring. So to those of our club members who need some additional assistance with their schoolwork after the school day ends, we'll be able to tune in via webcam with those students. And they'll also be facilitating some different enrichment activities for the youth as well. So in addition to the tutoring, the college students will facilitate all kinds of fun things like literacy, book clubs, STEM programming, enrichment activities in mathematics, and so much more. So while we are unable to tutor the children during the regular school day and provide that type of instructional support, we are able to offer tutoring during Power Hour, which is our homework time after the school day ends. So we're really excited about offering that for the youth. So another reminder as well is on those days when maybe it's remediation day and the children have already done their remediation and it's not a full school day, or for days when school ends a little bit early, that's all right. We always have a plan at Boys and Girls Club, and our plan is to begin our regularly club scheduled programming early. So we will be open 7:30 to 5:30 at our Macon County unit. Except on Wednesdays, the Macon County unit will only be open from 3 to 7, but all of the units here in Albany, we will be open from 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. So at this time, we're going to pass it over to Ms. Z. She is the club director at the Macon County unit, and she's going to let you know a little bit about pickup.
Hello, everybody. My name is Ms. Z. I'm with the Macon County unit in Montezuma, Georgia. And like honestly, I will talk to you about the pickup procedure. As Mr. Jason said, that we will have on between the hours of 5 and 5:30, there will be identified Boys and Girls Club staff. We'll have on shirts, or we'll have on blue vests that will allow you to identify who we are. Also, we want you to remain in your vehicles. We don't want anybody to get out. For safety purposes as well. Also, make sure that your pickup number that you receive is visible in your vehicle, so that when we call your number out on the walkie-talkie, your child will just come out and get in the vehicle, and then you can exit the parking lot. Also, pickup time, like we said, between 5 and 5:30. So that means 5:30. You should be there to pick up your kids. Anything after 5:30, 5 minutes after 5:30 will be $5, and it will be due at the time that you pick up your child. So that means if you're late picking up your child, it's a $5 fee. So I will turn it back over to Anna for any questions that you may have.
Alrighty, y'all. So I know that was a lot of information for everybody to take in all at once. However, it should only be a refresher at this time, as we did distribute those COVID-19 family handbooks. So if you do have questions about some of those everyday policies and procedures, go ahead and refer back to your manual. But for now, we are also able to entertain some questions. So again, if you do have questions, we would like you to go ahead and enter those into the comment box there on Facebook so that we can address any questions, comments, or concerns you may have. While we wait for some of those questions to come in, we do have a couple of reminders. So by attending this orientation today, you have gained access to our payment link. So again, because of the pandemic, we are trying to make everything as safe and as contactless as possible. So we do want you all to utilize that online payment. Now, when you go online to pay, this is extremely important, so please pay close attention. When you go online to pay, there will be a field that says cardholder name. You must enter your first and last name in that cardholder name spot. That is how we know who to match up payment to the registered members. We have had a couple people, I think, who are a little confused and entered email in that field. We do have a separate field for email. So again, please make sure in the cardholder name field on the payment page that you do enter your first and last name so that we can accurately record your payment and have you marked off there. A reminder that our payment plan is we are now accepting payment twice a month. So this is a change. We are charging $50 every 2 weeks. So to register, that $50 payment secures your spot as well as that completed application. So when you complete your application, you either have to include those paycheck stubs as your income eligibility verification, or if you receive some type of government assistance, you'll go ahead and check the box on the income eligibility page, and then you'll submit the proof of that assistance. Any proof you provide must have an expiration date on it, or else we're not able to take it. So we are not able to take SNAP benefit cards. We're not able to take the Peach Care card. However, you can log on to the Georgia Gateway and you can print your income eligibility from there, and that will fulfill that requirement. All right, so I see a couple questions coming on in. So the COVID-19 manual was a part of the application. That is okay, Ms. Webb. We can make sure that you get a copy of that. If you do have an email address that you included on your application, we can email it to you. But of course, our directors are able to get in touch with you and send it to you that way. So yes, we will make sure you get that manual. The link for payment is going to be sent out after the orientation. So you'll receive that soon.
But we need for them to put their name in the chat box so that we'll
That's
know
right.
who is on there.
Yes. So the other thing we need right now, so for those of you who are tuning in live, again, thank you so much. To verify that you were present for the orientation, we do ask that you enter your first and last name into the comment box, and that way the directors know who to send the payment link to. Please, please, we urge that you keep the payment link to yourself. Again, these orientations are for everybody's safety and to ensure the program is successful. So we will likely offer another orientation to make sure we include all of our families since we are still taking applications. So please keep that payment link to yourself. Again, that's just to guarantee the success and safety for everybody. Awesome. And I see some of my Macon County families tuning in. Good to see y'all on the live today. Thanks for joining us. Great. Thank y'all so much for putting those names in the chat. We're going to hang out a little bit longer for any other questions you may have. So again, please make sure that you enter your questions into the comment box. But of course, we are always available to take your questions, comments, and concerns. So if for some reason you weren't able to get your question in today, or another question pops up after our live today, you can give us a call in our administrative office. That number is 229-439-0196. You can also directly contact the club directors, and they are happy to help you out. Great. I see more names coming in. Thank you all so much. We sure do appreciate it. And we will make sure that y'all get that payment link so we can get that processed and get your spot secure. We are still accepting applications at all sites. So if you have friends or family or people who want their child to be really safe and supported in this new, strange environment, we know lots of people have to be at work. That's okay. We're here for you. Please go ahead, share that application link. Let's get these spots filled. They are starting to fill quickly, so make sure you get all of your documentation in and your payment in. Our capacity is 60 members at each site. Again, this is to ensure social distancing and safety. Anybody can make a payment. That's a great question. Just make sure that in one of those fields, you put who the payment is for. So if the cardholder name is different, than the parent or guardian's name, that's okay. Please just put in one of the fields the name of the children you're paying for, or else we won't be able to match up who has paid and who has not. The first grade at Live Oak have to participate during the session and answer questions. Will they be able to do this at the center? Yes, so that is a great question. So in that things to bring section, we mentioned that you want to bring your school supplies. And when you bring, just as if you're going to school, make sure you have all your school supplies for the school day at the club while you participate virtually. Please also bring your device. If you have a hotspot, bring that as well. We're going to have lots of people online, and we've been doing our work to increase the bandwidth of our internet connection. But if you have a hotspot, please bring it. That'll just ensure that the internet is moving fast for everybody. The other thing we want to mention too, please bring earbuds if you have them. Of course, the kids are going to be participating, and everyone is going to need their own headphones or earbuds so that they can listen to their own school session and not be distracted by everything else that's going on. So please go ahead and send your child with those, their device that they'll be logging on with, their hotspot that they'll be logging on with, and any other school supplies. Make sure that the kids, you send your children with all of that. Another thing to note, please make sure everything is labeled. It's really important that your child's first and last name is listed on all of their personal belongings to make sure the right stuff goes home with the right people. All right. In terms of sponsorships and scholarships, that is something that you'll have to speak directly to your club director about. So sometimes different sites have different plans on that, and they do tend to be a limited number of those. So please reach out directly to your club director if you have questions about scholarships, discounts, or any other financial assistance. Again, we want to try to make this program accessible for everybody. So no matter your circumstance, if you're worried about the payment, just give us a call. We're going to do everything we can to get your child in the club. So great. I see a question about, will there be a bus to bring the kids after school? So this question pertains only to Macon County, since the Albany clubs are going to be exclusively virtual. In terms of Macon County, so we have not yet confirmed that, but we hope to have an answer for you very soon. At this point, we are planning on having the bus from the Macon County Elementary School drop children off at the club. And it's been all but finalized for the most part. So stay tuned. We will definitely communicate any updates that we have. And for those of you who are with the Macon County unit, definitely like the Boys and Girls Clubs of Albany page, but please also make sure you follow the Macon County unit Facebook page. It's called Macon County Unit Boys and Girls Clubs of Albany. All the information specific to Macon County, we try to post on there. All right, great questions, y'all. We're going to wait a couple more minutes to see if we have any remaining questions before we sign out. Again, you can always contact us with your questions. We are here to help. Don't be shy. No question is a stupid question. Just give us a ring, 229-439-0196. All right, we're going to stand by a little bit longer for any more remaining questions. A note that the payment link will be going out tomorrow, okay? Payment link will be going out tomorrow. So if you don't get the payment link tonight, do not panic. We're going to send it out tomorrow. Let's see if we have any more questions here. If you currently have an application right now that you've not yet completed, it's extremely important that you complete that and you turn that in. Picking up an application does not mean you have a reserved spot at the club. To reserve your spot at the club, you must complete the application in its entirety. You must either provide that income eligibility paperwork or the pay stub paperwork. And you also have to make sure that you submit your payment. And once we have all of that completed information along with the acknowledgement form from the COVID-19 handbook and our additional COVID liability form, all which is included in the packet, then your spot is saved. We do need all of those items to reserve your spot. Yes, we feel you, Tisha. We are ready to open back up too. We're so excited. Great question. So a question just came in. Will there be hands-on assistance during the Zoom sessions and with Google Classroom assignments? So just to reiterate what we stated earlier, our role as club staff is to monitor the children and keep them safe. We are providing a safe space for children to participate in virtual school and get their work done. That being said, we are not able to provide individualized instruction or really any type of school instruction during the school day. Our staff will be floating the room, of course, making sure that the children are engaged. If children are having issues with technical difficulties, of course, we will do our best to troubleshoot that, to help them log on to the Google Classroom or Microsoft Teams or whatever platform the school is using. However, we are not able to provide any type of instruction or one-on-one assistance during the school day. That being said, our Great Futures Academy will give students the opportunity to connect with current college students at some of the nation's premier universities, and they will be able to provide them with that assistance later on. Great question. Thank you. Alrighty, y'all, we're going to give it about 2 more minutes. Again, if you do have questions, feel free to reach out directly to the club directors or call our administrative office. That number, once again, is 229-439-0196. Again, that payment link will go out tomorrow. Thank you for putting your first and last name in that chat box. We are going to go ahead and send that payment link out tomorrow. So if you don't get it tonight, that's okay because it's not tomorrow yet. We will make sure y'all get it so that you can process that payment. Alrighty, well, at this time, it looks like we have answered most of the questions. Don't hesitate to contact us. Once again, on behalf of Boys and Girls Clubs of Albany, we thank you so very much for taking time out of your busy evening to join us for the virtual club orientation. If you do need the COVID-19 manual again because you accidentally turned it back in, that's okay. We will get it to you. Oh, stand by.
Tell Miss Webb they will be able to
Answer their questions from their teachers.
they will be able to answer their questions from their teacher.
Oh, hey, Kaden.
She's so right.
Can't wait to see him next week. Alrighty, y'all. Well, I think that concludes our live session. Thank you all once again so much. Have a great evening, everybody. And please don't hesitate to contact us if you have questions. We are here for you. Thanks, y'all. Have a good night.